Today's sponsor of Bobcast is sodabeats.com, the best and most simple way to make beats online right now. There's no ripping them from YouTube, no stealing other people's beats, getting insanely compressed versions of people's beats that they've used hundreds of thousands of times. You get to make your own beats the most simple way possible. You don't have to have any music production experience, and then you can render them out, download them, and use them for any purpose forever. It's the best way to make beats online, sodabeats.com. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back, Bobcast. Another episode here. I don't know what episode it is because I never really know. But today on the podcast, we have my boy, Derek Frey. We go back to 2019. You may have watched the episode, met Gary Vee, the whole thing. Great experience. And the last episode I did was with Q Swervo, and I interviewed him over 2 years ago, and we kind of went through a little bit of his journey and like what he's been up to lately. And I just think I think there's a certain aspect of the podcast about having people back on, because you get to have a new conversation and see what happened in the meantime. But we're going to talk about a bunch of different stuff too, man. But, just off the bat, just let people know what you do and who you are, and then we're just going to go from there just so they have the context.
Yeah, so I'm Derek. I kind of just run my own business and play in a band, play some music, and just working on growing my business and working on growing my music career. It's a lot of fun.
So you're doing those all at the same time, you're saying?
All at the same time, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, but it's
So how do you well, first of all, I'll go into my questions later, but so what's your business entail?
My business, so the name of it is Precision Care Detailing. Talked about it in the first podcast. It's a mobile detailing service, go out to people's homes, clean their cars, whatever. Ceramic coating, paint correction, whole 9 yards. All that good stuff. All that detailing stuff.
You've been doing that for a long time.
Dude, since I was 16, started doing it. When we were in Del Valle together, I started doing it in high school. And it was just kind of I was making $10 an hour at my first job. I quit that. And then I'm like, well, I can make more if I do something by myself. So I just started washing cars for $50 or whatever. And then it turned into a real business somehow. And
so you're saying you didn't really even mean for it to turn into an actual business?
I had visions of actually doing it for a while, but not this big, for sure. Mm-hmm. And it took a while to get here. It's been 8 years or so, something like that. I don't know.
I have mad respect for you doing it since the beginning though, because I feel like all of those little things that we used to do on the side, it's a lot of times you just all right, you get your 9 to 5, you go to college, you get your 9 to 5, your nice corporate cushy job.
Yeah, dude, I would do in college too. I did all through college. I used to have a shop, or I still have a shop, and we go over there on the weekend. So I'd be in school, I'd be in class, and I wouldn't hang out on the weekend at all. I'd be running back home and detailing cars, sometimes skipping classes to go work and do cars. You got to keep it running. It's walking out of class every 5 minutes to take a phone call, always sitting on Facebook Messenger, emailing customers back all throughout class. It was a full-time, running a business full-time. And good idea, very loud. Running a business full-time and going to class. There it is. Look at that, beautiful.
What'd you win, a Hunter County Award?
Yeah, we won the Hunter and Happening Best Car Wash Service. And these are some older pictures.
See, this isn't my man's not doing Kias.
We do Kias. We do.
I know you do Kias. I'm just saying the cool shit that you do is these exotic cars and the planes. Yo, can you get into the cranes? The cranes
are a big thing now. So should I say the company or no?
What, a crane company?
The crane company. That
You're saying renting?
So we got a crane manufacturer that we deal with now, and we prep all of their brand new cranes to go out when somebody buys them. So it's pretty cool. So we're doing 10, 15 cranes a month.
That's a lot.
Yeah, dude, it's a lot of cranes. I like cranes though.
So you're getting it. So they're getting it from the factory, and then you're detailing it.
Yeah, we detail it. They come in from overseas. We detail it, and then it goes out to a new customer.
Yeah, that's crazy. I saw you post about these cranes, man. I was this is the next level.
And so this is my updated website. I'm always changing it. Updated logo, new logo. And now we have the book online feature, so saves me so much time, because people can just literally go in here and book online.
This is a big plug right here.
Yeah, it's cool.
This is wow.
So I'll walk you through it. So like we have our 2 different packages. The first one, the Express, that's like a basic wash, wax, vac, whatever. That's separated by size of the vehicle. So your sedan, mid-size SUV, then like a large pickup truck, like 3rd row. Standard, that's more in depth. That's when we start like shampooing seats and the carpets, steam cleaning everything, exterior like clay bar, bug tar removal. And then you could split up the standard if you just want interior, like everything shampooed and steam clean.
So what does a crane run you?
Price wise?
Yeah, are you allowed to talk about that?
I'd rather not, but it's
okay,
it's pretty good.
It's a lot more than a car.
Yeah, significantly more than a car.
How long does it take just to do the tire shine on all those big tires?
Dude, we do a lot of tire shine.
Yeah.
But I buy stuff like 5 gallons and then you dilute it. So like 5 gallons of tire shine makes probably like probably 20 gallons maybe or so if you dilute it enough. Yeah.
Damn,
and that's another
crazy.
thing is like you find like these little tricks like that, like glass cleaner, like aerosol cans, like $2. Now I just buy glass cleaner like in a gallons and just mix it myself. So a gallon of glass cleaner is like $30, and then it makes 30 gallons. So you're saving so much money. Like stuff like that you figure out
as you go.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, you gotta like make a course on how to make a car detailing company or something, man.
Dude, like it's like crazy how much I've learned about like cleaning a car. Like who would ever think like I never thought this would happen. Like I just know everything about cleaning a car. It's like the weirdest stuff.
Yeah, but that's that's what you're doing now. Yeah. So like naturally you're gonna go like you've probably gone like so many hours on YouTube watching these chemical guys and all that shit too.
Well, that's how I started. Was Ammo NYC was a big one. Like Detail Geek, I watch him.
Ammo I always used to watch.
Dude, Ammo Larry is like he's insane. Like, but like a lot of that stuff is like way like over exaggerated. The stuff he does, you know, it's like the absolute like proper way how to detail a car, but it's like super like over exaggerated. Like
you get the same result.
Yeah, anyway. Like he's just does stuff that's like sometimes unnecessary, but he's just like showing you, you know, like what you're supposed to be doing, like you know what you can be doing, like in a situation sometimes. So
it helps. Cool. Get the knowledge, get the game.
Yeah, and then we do like the paint correction, ceramic coating. That's a lot of fun to do. That's where you're spending like 2-3 days on a car, just like polishing the crap out of it, getting all.
So are you doing that on a car where you go there, or like is that when you?
No, also all our ceramic coating is done, and like paint correction work where like we have to keep the car for a while is done at the shop. I rent with my friend Alex, who owns Expedition Motor Company. Can you pull up his G-Wagon?
Oh, dude, you gotta pull up these Gs.
Dude.
These things are crazy, man.
Yeah, he has a really good marketing team behind him. I'm not sure who, but
I can tell because he's in the publications.
He's a Motor Trend. There's an article on Bloomberg. A lot of other stuff.
That's the way to do it. The publications, man. Do the PR. Yeah. That's really PR.
And there's a lot of celebrities too. I'm not gonna disclose who, but there's a lot of celebrities he's dealing with. So it's really cool.
Yeah, because that's celebrities love G.
Yeah, and it's just like influencer.
What was it? Yeah.
Expedition Motor Company. You go on his website. He's got all of them on there.
And for those listening and not watching, the voice is Tret. He's producing, so you're not seeing him. Actually, even if you're watching, you're not seeing him anyway. So you might see him. You might have a mysterious voice, but that's fine.
Yeah, totally fine.
Dude, my man. Shout out to you, Tret, putting this work in. Hey, there we go. We got this.
So these things are sweet. There's nobody else in the world that is doing what he's doing. So these are all ex-Soviet era 250 GD Mercedes-Benz 5-cylinder diesel manual. There's an automatic option. You know, he's it's cool to watch him too. You know, like what he's doing.
So he's completely restoring them,
dude. Like, so he gets these in like just hammered military vehicle that like they had like I think they're German. He gets them from or something like that.
Yeah,
it might be German. And then his shop's in like northern Poland, and so he's got like just his own shop where everything's done in house. Like all the tops are made in house. Like these canvas cloths.
So he is somebody there who can make that.
Oh yeah, like literally everything. Like the interiors, like every nut and bolt has gone over on these things. They're pristine.
The thing is,
if you can afford that, why would you have a Jeep?
If you so much cooler than a Jeep. Nobody has one of these.
I know. Why would you buy a Jeep? First of all, you're gonna spend as much money on a Jeep anyway, probably.
Yeah, probably by the time you're all done, like outfitting it. Yeah.
And Jeeps are great. Cool. I love Jeeps, but it's just this is just for that cool factor, man.
Yeah.
And it's a diesel. It's a five-speed, 5-cylinder diesel.
Yeah. These are all his past builds. So like what I was saying before, it's cool to see like the quality is like getting so insane. Like the first ones they were still really nice, but like now like all the different options you're starting to get are cool. Like so he's offering automatic transmissions now, turbos, and then like snorkel. Like there's like a configurator too on this website, so like you could just sit on here for hours like.
Oh, so you just build that shit.
So like you put the snorkel on, take the snorkel off, change the color. Yeah, there it is. Like all the roof colors.
Black on black.
Then there's a bikini top, which is only the soft top over the driver and passenger.
Oh shit! And you get that winch.
Yeah, you put the winch on.
Do you think people actually like? Are they just on the pavement, or do you think people actually are using these?
I'd
say probably for the price point, no, but.
I don't know. I'd like to think that people use them. Like sometimes he'll get some back for repair, like a customer had, and like sometimes they're filthy, which is cool to see.
Yeah, because that's what I feel. You know, that's the thing of like buying a car that's just gonna sit in a garage.
Yeah.
I guess if you just have disposable income, why not?
But these things are so cool. Like they're just awesome, just to cruise around.
They're really fun to drive too.
They're so much fun to drive. And it's like turns heads like nothing else. It's so funny, dude, because like you see all the people in the Jeep, they all wave to you. I'm like, buddy, it's not a Jeep.
Don't wave to me.
Like, don't wave.
You're not on this level. Yeah, they'd hit you with that Jeep wave. It's like, dude, you keep your Jeep wave to yourself. So.
Yeah, but everything's like I said, is done in house. Like you can change all your the different fabrics for the seats.
Dude, I'd love to pull up to a freaking wedding with this. Just pull my DJ equipment out of that.
Yeah, it's perfect for like a wedding venue. Like see it at a vineyard at like a wedding or something. Like people take pictures next to it.
And on the other side of it, if I'm getting married, let me pull up in one of those for the weddings. That's what I want my intro to be.
I think he sends a lot of them actually to like the little islands, like Martha's Vineyard. I know.
I can see that.
There's some down there. I think Florida Keys. I think Dubai actually too. He's customers out there, but he's got customers. It's worldwide. Precision Care Detailing worldwide.
Now, who'd have known that would have been like a business, man, like or like even a thing where it's like, oh, I'm just gonna take these rare G wagons from Germany or whatever. I'm gonna ship them to my this place in Poland where we're gonna redo them all, and we're gonna have like a whole team of people.
So it started as like if you see the old Land Rovers, like the Defenders. He started in the Defenders, and then nobody was doing these Gs like to this level like at all. Like I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because they all do the Forerunners, the Defenders. They do the Lexus ones.
I think so. Oh yeah, the Toyotas and the Toyotas. Yeah, so nobody's doing it like the G's like this. So he found his own little niche market and like just got into it and it just like skyrocketed. And
make
these
a
things
killing,
are awesome. Like, and it's so cool to like to be like kind of a part of it a bit. I'm always helping him out, and he's always helping me out and. Work together.
Detail a couple or something.
Yeah, we detail all of them. So if you buy a Expedition Motor Company G-Wagon, it'll be prepped by us, baby. All waxed, all nice, ready to go into its new owner. Spend a lot of time on them. So
that's dope, man. I always see them driving. I actually saw the orange one, right?
Yeah, there's an orange one. There's an orange one floating around here.
I saw that shit.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, that's it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get them to like rent them out, like be able to come out here because like New Hope, Bucks County area is like very like touristy, so it'd be cool to like have them come like. Be able to rent it like through Turo or something.
Turo, yeah, like, I was gonna say.
Yeah, like advertisement, like people see that driving around New Hope. Like, of course you're gonna take pictures if you rent it. So,
Yeah, and then it's gonna drive because the people who rent it.
Yeah.
You gotta have enough money just to rent the damn thing.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a cool project for sure. Trying to think what else is going on over at the shop. Yeah, we do the cranes. Over there too, like I said, ceramic coating, EMC's over there, and then the garage club's next door with storage, car storage, and like lift. You could be part of the club. It's cool. Not much else.
But you're still out here doing music, and then you're doing like motocross stuff
Motocross
too, right?
Yeah. So like I used to race motocross like as a kid. Like that was my whole life. Like I loved it as a kid. Kind of got out of it a little bit in 2014 was my last motocross race. I was on a 250. And now I just bought a brand new 21 YZ450, getting back on that thing and trying to learn like a 450 four-stroke is so much fun. That bike is just like so much fun to ride.
I can't imagine though, because it's so light.
It's pretty light, yeah, for a 450, like all that motor.
It's all motor.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to get over like my arms like kill me. Like after 2 laps, like I can't hold on to the bike anymore. So it's like
these guys got some
crazy
straight stamina, dude.
Yeah, man. That, like motocross is no joke. Yeah, that's
they're so
21.
Pretty, man.
Yeah, they're cool. So hopefully I'm gonna race this year.
Oh, you plan on it?
I plan on racing again.
Well, you're going to the track now anyway.
Yeah, right? I've been trying to ride at least once a week. Englishtown or Millville down in South Jersey.
Shout out to Walter, always out there.
Yeah, Walter's
out there. I gotta get him on, man.
He's
all right, Walter,
hit
me up, dude. Let's do this.
But I got the new van for detailing, so I got the little Mercedes Metris, all like graphic stuff.
Dude, that thing is sick.
So I throw the 450 in the back of that, go to the track, and it's like free advertising there, so that's always cool.
Yeah, that van's perfect for it.
And another thing I do too that's really cool for like advertising with the van, is like I go to the gym, right, and it's right. I go to Planet Fitness in Flemington. Sadly,
no, I go to Planet with my girlfriend.
I hate Planet Fitness,
dude.
but it's so cheap. But it's right in the corner on 202. I back it in there, so I go around like rush hour traffic, right? So it's like 5 o'clock. My van's sitting out there. You wouldn't imagine the amount of people that call me from just leaving my van out there to go to the gym.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And like I push myself to go to the gym now, just to like advertise. You know, just
that's guerrilla marketing. That's great guerrilla marketing.
Yeah, it's sick. It's so funny.
Dude, you don't even know. That's the thing.
You don't even know.
I know you're like we were talking about you like hiring this company to run your ads and stuff, but like there's nothing else like that.
Yeah.
Though.
I get probably like 5 to 10 phone calls a week saying, "Hey, I just saw your van." Yeah, it's cool.
You're like, "Yeah, isn't it pretty?"
It's cool. It's really cool to have that. But yeah, there's a new van. There's a new van.
Was that a car you detailed?
Yeah, there's an Audi out here. I think Alexandria Township. Audi, and you can see the cranes. If you get out of there. Scroll down. There it is. There's one of the cranes.
I know, man. When I saw this, I was like, "This is crazy." Can't imagine detailing that entire thing.
Yeah, they're definitely cool to do. It's like definitely switches it up, like versus like a car versus a crane.
You have people helping you with this?
Yeah, definitely.
How many people help you do that?
We got anywhere from 2 to 4 guys at most have had on one. So it just depends on like how quick I want to get done. So.
Do you always have people working for you, even for the cars too? Or no?
Yeah, it's a lot by yourself. Like I used to be able to, I mean, I still do it if I have to, if like people call out. And that's another thing. It's like trying to find people is like crazy. It's just almost impossible. But I'm actually hiring my first full-time guy that's going to be able to run the van. And I'll be able to step back a little bit more from like the actual physical work, and I can focus on like posting pictures, and like I can show up to jobs, take promo pictures, answering people, like accounting stuff, paying the government because they want their money.
And they need it. Apparently.
Yeah, that's another story. Yeah, there's all the back end stuff, like all the office stuff, like I really need to start doing. Like it's a lot, dude, to like be out like in the sun all day. Like it was hot as hell today, like really hot. Like being out in the sun all day, like getting up at 6:30 in the morning, going to a job, working out in the sun, getting home like 5-6 o'clock. Then you gotta sit on the phone and call people and run numbers and this and order that and clean the towels. It's like
it's brutal.
It's like time management, dude, is like crucial. Like it's tough, but you get it done. So I kind of like we met Gary Vee, right? And he always talked about like time management and like how he just checks out. Like I've been trying to do that. So like after I get home, like after all the work is done, like I say it's done, I won't even check my phone. Like I won't look at anything. You know, I'll check out of work and then I'll go right in the music mode and then sit in my little studio in my basement for hours till I fall asleep. So. And then weekends for moto.
So you got all your time filled up.
Yeah, there's no time in my schedule to do anything. It's hard to like go on vacation. I could sure as hell use a vacation by now. So.
Dude, I feel like I'm overdue too. I'm trying to. I got one planned for late summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I like to. I always talk to people about time management on here too, because especially when you get into people who are doing so many things, and like, I don't have enough time. Like there's too many things that I want to do. I feel like.
Yeah. No,
and
for sure.
And it's
I'm
not
the same
me
way.
saying, "Oh man, I'm bored." Like it's just me being like, I want to do this thing. Like I want to run my podcast production company. Like I want to do that 12 hours a day. But then shit, how am I gonna write a song now?
Yeah, I feel the same thing because I want to do literally like everything, and it's hard to do that.
Last guy I had on was he's an investor and trader, and I was like, "Is your goal to create like passive income to the point where you just don't have to work?" And he's like, "I'm in my 20s. Like I have all the energy.
Like I've been looking into like real estate too. Like I've toured a few houses, like as investment properties to rent out. Like that's the way to go. Like I still live with my mom. I'm 24. I'd like to move out eventually, but these price homes right now are just like out of control. But I like to get into like a multi-family, rent out one side, live in the other, and live free.
Yeah, I watched some video about some couple who was doing it with like 3 places. Yeah, my
and just keep buying them, and then you just get that passive income.
My grandfather, I think, had like 4 houses.
Yeah.
When he had all the rest of his houses. Yeah, I think he probably had like 6 tenants or something at one time. Nice. And he did that, and he did the stock market when he retired, and he just did that until he passed. And he just did the properties, and he did the stocks, and that was his thing. That was his job. And then my like aunt and uncle both do it, as far as like the houses and renting it out, and my cousins too. And I'm like looking at that. I look at my grandpa. I'm like, this is it. Like my first house, it has to be a 2-family house or a 3-family house.
Yeah. So like that's where I'm trying to figure out what I want to do after I'm done detailing. So I don't know how much longer. Like I've probably hit like my breaking point like of how many cars like I can do, like physically do. Like it is a lot of work, dude. Like it is a lot of work, and like you just get so burnt out. Like that's why I'm trying to hire this full-time guy and see how this goes, like where I'm going to be able to step back from doing the physical work and be able to do all the back end stuff. If it goes well and I don't have to physically work anymore, then I'll keep running it and eventually sell the business and go into the next thing, which
you got to delegate.
Real estate's looking promising. I like the idea of passive income and all that. I don't know really much about it, but I'm reading and figuring it out, and sounds pretty good.
Once you learn, once you do it too, and I think the delegation, man, is going to be really important.
Yeah.
I came across somebody, and they made it super easy for me to outsource all of my production for my company.
Right.
And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, okay, I can run a team. Like I've managed a team before, like at another company. Never really managed one for myself, other than the freelancers that work for me directly. But I'm like, I could just do it all.
Right.
But then I'm like, all right, I need a system. Like, all right, like I might as well just use a system. Because same thing with me. How many podcasts am I going to edit, dude? How many podcasts am I going to edit? And there's other producers who are great. And there's other video. I don't even do the video. So it's like, I was like, I had to.
That's
do it,
another
and
thing.
I'll be able to take the projects I want to take. Like, if you can, your detail rate is, so much higher. You're like the upsell to where you only do a couple a month or something, but you make whatever you want to make on those. Right?
The profit margins of detailing are like phenomenal. So like since they're so good, I'm able to reinvest a lot of money back in the company, such as buying the van, like we talked about earlier, off camera, outsourcing marketing now. And like simple stuff like it's the book online feature, like where it just saves me time. Like customer calls me and I can say, hey, like, can you just book online? That's a lot easier for me.
Systems,
on my
man.
end. Yeah. So like I'm able to afford, like a whole booking system, and that has like, it's a really cool system because all my schedule's on there. I book everyone. They get a text confirmation. They get an email confirmation. In the morning before I leave, there's this button that says on my way. The company's called House Call Pro. It's really cool. This button says on my way. They'll get a text saying that we're on our way. And then when we're done, hit finish, and then they get a link to go review us on Google and Facebook. So it's all like all this integrated. And then once I start getting, the guys on payroll, there's a timesheet too. So they have all their hours on there, and then you just use like one of the integration apps, like the payroll integration app through House Call Pro, and then I don't have to worry about doing payroll either.
There you go, right there.
Yeah, that's a little plug for House Call Pro. I like these guys, and there's like actually like a Facebook page, like a group page, like if you're part of House Call Pro, like where it's just like all these professional like home service based businesses like talk, and a lot of HVAC guys like plumbers. There's a few detailers on there, so it's a cool little community like where you could ask questions about the apps.
I gotta get this on my girlfriend's dad does water
dude, it's so cool.
And he's like,
I'll send you a link because I think I get a $1,200 like.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like
I use it's funny. I use one called Service Provider Pro.
There's a few of them, but I found these guys to be really
this
cool.
doesn't do what Service Provider Pro doesn't do. What this does. Yeah. Mine's just a client portal. So all the payments, all the documents, all the uploads, all the deliverables, all the packages, like it's all on there. But mine's completely like digital.
Yeah,
service,
just like little things like that make your life so much easier that like you don't have to worry about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's so much easier.
Yeah, I'm setting up this thing called Zapier now. So what it'll do is like if somebody say books a call with me, it'll send like my client success manager an email that said they booked a call with all their information. That's nice. So like I don't even have to relay that information.
It's all automated.
And then it'll send one to my Slack channel. So all I have to do is open up Slack and like boop boop boop.
Another thing with this is cool. So like I have my price sheet like on the app. So like the customer gets an invoice, and it has like all the price, and then the invoice is sent directly to my QuickBooks too. So it's like
it's amazing.
The whole thing is just sent to my QuickBooks. I don't have to manually input like any numbers. Like I just click, like you saw the book online thing, like all the packages. I just click the packages, and like when they book, everything's there. So I physically don't have to input anything in to the House Call Pro.
No brainer.
And it's sent to QuickBooks, and it's like amazing. It saves me so much time because like every day like I'd have to go on like my little Excel spreadsheet back in the day and like
fucking rocking the Excel, dude. Yeah, I feel you. That's all I was. That's how I started.
Rocking Excel spreadsheet, and then like
dude, I was Excel and Google
QuickBooks
Docs
Online.
A year ago, just
QuickBooks Online is expensive. That's like $40 a month. So it might even be more than that now.
Yeah, I don't.
It's worth it though. It's so much easier. The integration you got on your phone, and it says the miles tracking, so you could deduct your miles.
Oh, that's great.
Tax write-off, tax purposes.
Yeah, you got to get those write-offs.
You got to get those write-offs.
Yeah, because it's like, with the write-offs, it's like, what am I going to, like, how much stuff am I going to buy?
I try to buy as much, like, stuff as I can, kind of, for detailing. Yeah. Like, I'm always buying, like, new lights and new this and new that. But, it's cool, like, now, like, I've been in the business for 8 years, and you're finally able to buy, like, all, like, the top of the line, like best stuff, and it makes the jobs that much better. Like it's shit just like lasts. Like I started with just like taking my mom's like
shop vac, right?
She had her fucking shop vac and like this little crappy bucket and like Armor All I found, and like starting with that and like the stuff I have now, it's like so cool. See that?
Yeah, because that's the evolution, man. You get to. That's the great thing is you get to reinvest, like you said back. In the business.
Reinvest. Definitely reinvest.
And get the nicest shit. And also just to make life easier, man.
It makes like having the nice stuff, like it's definitely worth buying like a lot of the nicer stuff. Like equipment wise, like product wise, like people go out and buy like I think the biggest gimmick is chemical guys like Adams polishes. Like they're just like got like the stupidest stuff. They have like 50 different soaps, like 50 different everything, and like they're kind of just like all the same product.
So it's kind
just
of
like cool marketing.
So you'd
labels.
say like, what would your recommendation?
It's like the consumers. It's like all consumer grade stuff.
But if you're doing consumer stuff, like if you're just detailing your car in your driveway, like what would you buy then?
I use this company CarPro, and like I swear by everything on CarPro. Like they are the top of the line.
Even
like,
for not commercial.
Even for not commercial, like I have a contract with CarPro too, so I get like wholesale pricing on their stuff. So, yeah, CarPro, Sky's the Limit. These guys down in Florida, Sky's the Limit, Corey at CarPro. You literally just call them up, and if you have a question about any product, like they can answer it for you. So, this is any of their Car Pro name brand stuff.
This is one massive plug.
So if you go on, I don't know, just click on like their soap or something. Like any Car Pro brand products are incredible.
Well, that's good to know because you got to know from a detailer.
Yeah, like Iron X, like people always complain about like you have to have a white car and you get those little orange rust spots, so that's your brake dust kicking up and rusting on your paint. So like Iron X pulls that off. Eraser, like that's our like prep for coating. Tar removal. Iron X and Tar X combined. But any Car Pro stuff. This is like decon stuff. This isn't really like stuff you probably would use. Probably Iron X. Like if you have a white car, I'd recommend that. And you can clean Iron X with wheels.
What about those power washers where you can put the soap in it?
Power wash, you put soap in it.
Yeah, like
foam cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that good to use?
Hell yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, you want as much lubrication on the paint.
You don't want to use brushes on your car.
No,
right?
never.
You want to use microfibers.
They have those mitts like this website.
The mitt. Yes, the mitt.
If you go to Wash Mitts, you'll see big ass like sheep wool mitts that don't scratch your paint. They're amazing. Yeah, like the microfiber madness stuff is pretty good.
Okay, so you want to get one of those.
Yeah, I use those microfiber madness mitts.
I see. So what's the process, man? Do I get the car wet, then I spray it with the water and foam?
Right, I'll give you a little rundown how to...
I don't know how to fucking do this shit.
So I just
do like wash it, then I do a microfiber, then I spray wax, and then that's it.
So what we do first is Iron X wheel cleaner wheels. You don't want to spray the paint down, and you want to spray your wheel cleaner on directly. You don't want to rinse it down because you want that product to really soak in there and not have any water and dilute it. Yeah, because you'll dilute it. Iron X is pH neutral, so it's not acidic, so it's not going to stain your wheels. Iron X, clean your wheels, rinse. I do a initial rinse. I let them sit on for like 5 minutes. Do an initial rinse of the wheels, degrease all the wheel wells, tires. Then I foam cannon the wheels, foam cannon the wheel wells. And then I go around with my little wheel bucket. You want 3 buckets, soap, water, then a wheel bucket. Your wheel bucket doesn't touch anything on the paint because the brake dust is metal. So you go around with your wheel bucket, clean the wheels first, right? Rinse off the wheels, and then typically, so if we're doing like the standard detail, Iron X the whole car, pull all that iron contaminants off. Bug tar removal, let that sit on for a couple minutes, then rinse it off.
So just like the iron thing, it just sits there, and then do you wipe it off, or just...
No, you rinse it all off.
So it brings the stuff up, and then when you rinse it off, it comes off?
Yeah, it turns purple when it reacts with the contaminants on the paint, so you'll be able to see, like
so you're only like drying the car, touching the car, right?
No, then we rinse it, right, and then we foam it, so it's going to pull all the like the dirt off the foam really safe. Then you're going to go around with your wheel soap bucket, do panel by panel, wash down, then we rinse it down again. Then we have this cool stuff from Car Pro. It's called Hydro. It's like a spray-on ceramic like wax. Spray it on, rinse, dry, and you're good to go. Tire shine, trim shine, you're good to go.
Huh, okay. Yeah, I never knew like the proper way.
And there's clay bar in between that too. There. So yeah, we clay it while it's wet. Some guys are like, I don't know why, but like they'll dry the whole car and then go around with spray wax and clay it, which is like kind of silly. I feel like it wastes a lot of time because you just did it, and then they'll wax it. But I mean, you could do that if you're polishing, I guess. But it's like little stuff like that. It's little stuff like that. Like I have a whole process now. Like I know in my head, like this whole process is like how to detail a car, and it's like a little weird and crazy, but like it's like...
You want to know how to edit a podcast? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I got a process. Everybody has a process with their skill.
But it's just like a little niche like thing, you have.
Yeah, but people don't know how to wash their cars.
No, nobody knows.
Like you can live an entire life and still not know.
Like some of the people like show me like their big chamois and stuff that just drag across the paint. I'm like, you're killing your paint.
Yeah. Oh, what about people going through the car wash?
Stop that. Automatic car wash. Don't even say that word. Don't say car wash. Car wash.
What about people with brand new cars going through the?
Dude, that hurts me because like the dealers. So we'll get these brand new cars in ceramic coating to ceramic coat. So literally from the dealership to us, and I tell the customer, I'm like, do not let the dealership touch that car. Like leave all the plastic on, leave everything on. I'll take off. I'll take all the seat covers off. Don't let them touch the car. I'll prep it, because as soon as I wash it, damn, dude, they'll destroy your paint in a second. Like, I used to work at a dealership. It was Ford and Audi. And I've seen a dirty pickup truck come through, that there's like farm truck come through. They're scrubbing all underneath with these brushes. I swear to God. And the R8 comes in next. Same fucking brushes. And they're like brooms. They're not even brushes. They're like these stiff bristle brushes. I'm like, yeah, wow. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Do not let dealership detailers go anywhere near your car.
Don't really let the dealership do anything unless they have to.
Yeah, so the dealership's another deal. That's like, they're all about making money, so they want, nothing to do with cars.
Yeah, but does anybody go to their dealership to get it detailed?
No, it's like the prep shop. So like when you buy a car, like same thing what we're doing with like the cranes. Always new cars. Yeah, so like same thing what we're doing with the cranes. We're essentially like a prep for, but we kill it. Like we're not doing like these hack job dealership.
No, but the dealers also don't care at all.
No, they don't care.
Nor do the people that work there.
But we had dealership contracts, and they want the whole cars like polished and like 3-step paint correction. And give you like $125 a car, $75 a car. I'm like, no way. This is gonna take a whole day. That's less than minimum wage. Yeah.
Trying to just get off on you and also not get quality work for nothing. I guess like my God,
they want quality work for nothing. Yeah, and you should see like the polishers and stuff they're using, like the old school rotaries, and just like killing your paint, just like all the holograms. Swirl marks, all swirl marks.
Oh, that's the killer, dude.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, I love when you see too on the trunk when you see a bunch of scratches. You're like, what the fuck is that? Because they literally used a fucking snow shovel to get the snow.
Oh yeah, my grandma did that one time on her Honda Civic. The hood was gone. The hood was gone.
Rest in peace to my grandpa Jim, man. He's the man. But he, I got a couple cars from him. Yeah. I got one car from him, and then another car we had to sell and stuff. But each of the cars, man, they just had these scratches on them. And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out like how it had, like they don't have a cat or anything. Mm-hmm. And then I guess I was like, the only other thing could be like literally a shovel to get the snow off or what.
Yeah, I've had that before where people ask me to like try to get that out. I'm like, use a metal shovel. Like they got like the metal like thing on the end, like the scraper on the end, and they're trying to get that off. Just hammer the cars.
Fucking brutal, man.
It needs paint at that point.
Yeah, it needs to be repainted at that point, for sure.
Yeah, they just ruin it, man. Yeah, the automatic car wash is just the craziest thing, though.
Yeah, that's a scam.
And then people don't know, though. That's the thing,
No, and like people try to fight me on it. I'm like, there's no way. Like, look at those things. Just go through one. It's just like.
It's doing that, and then it's also the Jeep that was in there 2 cars ago that were covered in mud.
Exactly.
Because he doesn't care about his paint. That's why he's in there.
Even like
you're getting the same brush that guy just went through, and you just ruined all your paint.
Yeah.
For $8, you paid $8 to ruin
and
paint.
Like devalues the car so much. Like you'll go through that enough where your paint will literally just start to fade and won't be glossy anymore, just because like you're just cutting that clear coat down. It's literally sandpaper, just cutting down your paint every time you go through. I've seen cars where there's like literally no paint on them because of the car wash. They're just so hammered and so faded. We'll do that.
Yeah, I think my car was garage kept before I got it, but the paint was like way too nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was way too good for the mileage and the year of the car.
I mean,
and so maybe the guy never took it through the car wash.
There's a place for car washes, definitely. Like if you really,
I do the manual to wash your car. I just wash my car.
Yeah.
Like,
but some people don't care enough. Yeah. That's the thing. Is like people don't care enough.
In the summer, I do once a week or once every couple of weeks, and in the rest of the year, I do once a month.
Do you think I would have a clean car? I haven't washed my car in probably 5 months.
Well, that's because
I hate washing my car.
It's your car.
I hate washing anything I own.
When you're the boss and you have an employee, then that's what you make them do.
I hate washing my car. Teach them how to detail this. It is
AMG?
My car is disgusting. The AMG is disgusting.
That's not a good promo for your business there.
I'm sorry, but it's disgusting. I did a promo video. That was the last time I washed a car. That was on my birthday, February 22nd. That was before that. We released it on my birthday, so it was beginning of February. Is the last time I washed
daily,
the car.
I
don't really drive it that much. I drive the van now.
Yeah.
Really? So.
Just drive the van around. That's what's up. Dude, I love that van.
I'm sure you don't want to edit your own podcast,
No, I hate it. It sucks. It's terrible.
Exactly.
It's the worst. That's why I try to that's why I had to learn so many different things to save time.
Yeah.
And shout out to Brandon. Love you, Brandon. and he does the video for me, thank God, because I can't even do what he does. Like, I don't even know what he's doing. Like, I told him, I was like, oh, dude, if you can't do it, he's like, no, you can't like, do this. Like, it's not. So it's funny because, but I bet he doesn't have fun editing his own videos. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. It's funny. Yeah. And I was, it's like, I need a producer, and I'm a podcast producer.
Yeah.
And you can't do it all, dude. And it's also,
can't.
you just don't want to do your own shit.
No, you're
at the
just
end
burnt.
Of the day.
You're just burnt.
Yeah, it's like when you work in the shop all day, you don't want to go work in your car.
Like the baker's family has no bread, and the tailor's shoemaker's family has no shoes. That thing,
Yeah. Makes no sense. But I guess it does make sense, because you just get bored of the shit that you do every day.
Yeah. But, I hate when it turns into, like, a job, That's another thing. Like, music, too. Sometimes I feel like it turns into a job, almost. And, you just kind of fall out of love with it for a little bit. Like, there's sometimes, like, where you're just, like, in the studio, and you're listening to music for hours, like, recording and playing this back and editing and listening to, like, a 10-second snippet for so long. Like, whole car ride home or for, like, the next, like, few days, like, you're just, like, fuck it. I don't want to listen to any kind of music. Like, just turn it off. I don't want to hear any music.
All the time.
Sick of music.
When I DJ, like, anything... and I go and I drive home. Sometimes I have long drives home, and I'll just typically, like, I'll put music on for 10 minutes and be like, I can't even do this. And I'll just turn it off, man. And same thing for music. Yeah, like you said, man, when you are, like, playing that 1 8-second loop over and over and over and over again on the, like, whatever software, and you're just, and it's going over and over again.
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah, and even, like, and that's why I was talking to this my boy Randy Days about this. He's like, honestly, I can never forget my lyrics because I just spent so many freaking hours just sitting there. And that's the thing, when you record your own stuff, you don't really, if you have a certain level of attention to detail, you really are going through and doing those type of minuscule edits and getting.
Sometimes it's like the opposite. Like sometimes, like when I'm playing my own songs on stage, like I'll forget them because like you played them so. I don't know. It's just like the weirdest thing. It just like does the opposite to me. Like you play them so much, you get. It's almost like overconfidence. Like you get overconfident and you get lazy. And you're like, oh, I know the song. I don't need to pay attention.
Dude, I'm always like, it's like, it's weird. It's my songs, but I still am like nervous.
Or you're overconfident and you overthink it, you know? Like you just overthink
when you really have to be in the moment.
Yeah, and you're not.
That's the thing about what I realized, because I never really performed guitar live.
Right.
And then once I started performing guitar live, which you know about much more, but I was like, oh, you can't really think about this. Like when I'm rapping live, like I can kind of, I don't really think about it. I just go up and do it. But guitar, it's like I would get nervous, and I'll just be but you come to the point where you realize that with like an instrument, yes, your voice is an instrument, but it's not the same as playing an instrument. You really have to be in the moment with the drummer, like you're feeling the other instruments. Yeah. Whereas so when you're the front man, you're just.
Well, if you do it for a long time, you know, like I started playing bass was my first instrument. Tret over there, shout out to Tret. Like he was like in one of the first bands I was ever in. Yep. Kingwood Rock Band, another shout out to Mr. White. Like he's the reason why I play guitar and I still play guitar, and like music is like everything to me, you know. Like I started taking bass lessons in 4th grade from him, and then like my school, you know, had like jazz band, concert band, Kingwood Township. There was a rock band, so I got in the rock band in 5th grade, was playing bass in the rock band, and we're like just fucking playing at the school dances, playing like Carry On My Wayward Son, and like what else we play, Sweet Child of Mine. When You Were Young, the Killers.
Yeah, we did the Danny California in ours.
Yeah, like Danny California, like that. Yep. Like, what the fuck? That's so sick. Like, the music programs, like, it was so sick. Because, like, what school has a rock program where you could go play a rock and roll instrument?
We had band elective, it was called. So it was the same thing, but we had just different. Everybody had, like, there was like 3 or 4 people in each band, and if you chose that elective, then you got to do that.
That's sick.
Yeah, same shit. It's like, yo, that's was the best part. And we, shout out to Riley, man. Riley won it. He won. So you have to do a competition in the beginning, and whoever won the rock band competition got the electric drum set for the year.
Like shit!
Like the really nice one with like all the cymbals, and he won that shit, and then we got it for the whole year.
That's
man.
Sick.
Best time in school ever was just playing. At the end of the day, just playing music, man.
Yeah. Music definitely, like, you just like escape. Like, you don't think about anything else. Like, when you can get in the zone and focus, it's hard sometimes, you know, because like you're focused on your playing. Like, you're like, oh, I'm playing like shit. Like, you pick up the guitar and you're like, oh, I play like shit today, and you get frustrated and put it down after 10 minutes. But then there's some nights where like you're just like you're vibing and like you're listening to music all day and like you're just getting pumped up. You're like, I can't wait to play later. And then like you go home and like you just get in the zone, and then you end up playing for 5-6 hours. Think about it.
Yeah, what I realized too, the more you do it every day, the more you go, why the fuck did I stop doing this?
Yeah.
Like, I have so much to look forward to.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's a weird thing to look forward to when you're like working on a song. Like, I just did a hook last night and like I couldn't get the verse. I was like, whatever, dude. It's cool. Like, I'll go back to the verse. But now I'm just itching to freaking finish that verse, man. But like last week, I only did like 1 hour last week.
It's always like depends. Like sometimes like I don't want to work on the song at all, and then other times I'm like, that's all I want to do is sit in the studio and bang out songs.
What are you doing? Are you doing like your guitar parts and then vocals and stuff? Like, what are you doing when it's just you?
When it's me, man, normally it starts. So like when I write a song, normally it starts with me just like fucking around, like playing through my amp, like cranked up downstairs, and like I'll be messing with my pedals and stuff. Then I'll probably like start playing something cool, like after just fucking around. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah. A little riff.
Yeah, and then I take it over in the GarageBand, record that. Then I just lay down like a drum track. Like I'll hear like a drum, so I lay down a drum track, bass, guitar, and then it'll just start like layering shit and changing stuff up, and then figuring out like next parts, and then normally that's how that
Are you
starts.
releasing no solo shit like that?
So there's this band that we played a few shows back like 2017, 2018 called The Robbers, where like my attempt at singing and and like writing all the music. So I was working with my buddy Will, incredible producer, insane guitarist. My other buddy Jackson, like just fucking monster on the drums, like insane drummer. So we were working on that, recording that project. So we got a bunch of Robbers songs. We're slowly getting there.
So you guys still playing
soon. We get together like once a month or so, if we can, whenever we're busy. Mostly it's me and Will and I, and Jackson, the drummer's a realtor, so he's busy with his real estate stuff. We're all busy, but Will's in music full time, so he's got, access to all like the best recording equipment, and we're like we're doing all our own recording and producing. Probably gonna send out to the mastering, but yeah, that's the Robber project. It's all just us writing.
It's fun, man. I was playing with a drummer. His name's Adam Litradello. Shout out to you, Adam. We have to link, dude. And we would just at school, man. After class, we would just jam. We just started talking. I play drums. I have this electric set in my dorm. You want to come through? We plugged into the interface, and we just ripped in his dorm, man. And it was just the most raw shit, and we came up with the freaking best, funniest, like...
Well, that's how it starts,
dude.
That's what it's all about. It's just like in a garage.
And then he starts doing vocals. My man's doesn't even sing. Starts doing vocals. These crazy... Yeah, these, like... He's good. They're good, like, in his own... Like, he has his own, like, style. Yeah. That's kind of spoken word, rap, singing type of thing. Where he didn't do any of that before. Because he saw, like, I guess... I don't know if he saw me writing, like, and it's like I was some kind of inspiration, but I guess... just kind of me doing the vocals, he was like, I guess I can just do the vocals, because I told him, I was like, dude, nobody told me I could do this. Like, nobody told me I could rap. Nobody told me I could get on a mic and, like, do whatever I want. Nobody told me I could do a hook and then start writing hooks. Like, so we just started messing around, and then he did a ton of solo stuff by himself, and he just started getting into it, and that's the power of it, because it kind of spreads. Yeah, sure. Because some people get you into it. Like, for me, it was like, for rapping, it was Beej Links from ground up, and just going to Philly and him like putting me under his wing a little bit, and me just paying him to produce my stuff and just getting game, and then I was like, oh man, I can do this. Like, I can totally, and now I'm at a point if somebody came to me, like, I could help them record, right? That's
for sure. Like, that's like my favorite thing too, is like I would love to teach music, like giving back and like teaching people like what you've learned.
So fun, dude.
So much fun. It's cool. It's cool to like just see like, because you think yourself, like when you first started and like how excited you were, like to get that
just
first
to learn
riff.
The songs on Rock
just
Band.
Just to get the songs on Rock Band is cool, and to like actually be able to play the song all the way through and like get someone started. I never thought I'd be
recording guitar solos, man. But like just
opening the door to like like rock and roll.
And there's no barrier to entry too. That's the great thing, especially with this music game. But as far as rock and roll goes, man, you wanted to mention your some of the guitars that you have that you've been collecting.
Oh yeah, guitars. I have a bunch of guitars.
So is this just like, you know, within, I'll say this, I play guitar, but I don't have I have like 5 guitars or whatever, but like, I don't consider it like a collection or anything. Like for you, was it like, do you purposefully, is it like cars where like certain car you might like where you're like,
there's a meaning, there's definitely a meaning. Yeah, for sure. There's a meaning behind every guitar, I feel like. And to me, guitars are like art. Like they're beautiful instruments. Like there's nothing better than like just a beautiful instrument, you know. It's just like something you just throw up on your wall like that.
I couldn't turn it down. I didn't need it. You think I need it? I didn't need it. Not that it was expensive. I just couldn't turn it down.
My favorite kind of guitars are like the old vintage, beat up, crusty, smelly, like
you know they've been through some
bar shit. Fucking played. Like they all have a story. Like I just love beat up old guitars. Like, they just look so good. The wood's all broken in. They play incredible.
Because there's no way you can make it look like that.
No. They all tell a story. But, yeah, my collection. So my main guitar is, should we say the best for last? I'm trying to think where I should start. So I'll tell you my first guitar. Actually, that BC Rich you have over there, it's similar. First guitar I ever bought was a BC Rich War Beast.
War Beast.
That's for like $150. Yeah. Fucking piece of shit. Like Indonesian, just garbage guitar.
Just for fun.
But what's that? That one's Warlock. Is that American? That's a Warlock. Yeah, this was like the beginner, like BC Rich. That thing's nice. So I like the Warlock.
Oh, dude, I love that guitar.
Yes,
dude, I played on stage with that.
No, I don't even have the what's the Floyd? I don't even have the Floyd Rose on mine. I think it just was never set up. Like the strings are so old. I think if I set it up right and like get the action right, it would probably play really nice.
I'm telling you, the Warlock plays better than it looks.
If you go on my Instagram, I could show you. There's a few of the guitars on there.
Yeah, we'll pull it up.
So yeah, that was my first guitar. I have the War Beast, and then another cool guitar in my collection. It's a Squier P bass. It was actually like, you know, like the Fender Rumble amp, like the starter pack you get. It was actually the Kingwood Schools, like in 4th grade. That's the bass I learned on. Was this P bass, and music teacher gave me it.
Wow! So that's the one you learned on. That's
literally the first instrument I ever played was that one. Wow! So it's cool to have, and for some reason it sounds insane, and I play it on a bunch of tracks.
Yeah, I have mine in this closet here. It was just a Squier Strat though.
All right, so this is my holy grail. This is my baby. I'll die with this thing. It's a 91 Gibson Es335 semi-hollow body. It's just like badass.
She's just pretty, man.
It is badass. Ooh. The sounds and tone. Like, I'm a huge Chris Cornell fan. Soundgarden fan. Like, Soundgarden is one of my favorite bands, and Chris played one. And just the tones he got, and like that all his low tuning. Oh my god, it sounds unreal. That thing live sounds unreal too. And then that's the black bass. That's my Geddy Lee American Signature jazz bass. Massive Rush fan. We could get into that later. Talk about Rush. Yeah, that's the American jazz bass. When I was playing bass for Sister Salvation, I played that as my main bass. And then the white one is a Mexican-made jazz bass. That was for different tuning. I would use that one for. And then I have a Gibson Les Paul standard studio, it's a Studio Deluxe. Great guitar. Then I have a Fender Telecaster HH. Bunch of random acoustics, but yeah.
I need a good acoustic electric.
Acoustic electric?
I need a good one.
I'm a Martin fan. Like, if you're gonna get a nice acoustic,
I know,
Martin.
me too.
What are you, Taylor or Martin?
Taylor.
You're Taylor?
Yeah,
okay.
I actually have a Taylor.
Oh,
okay.
Taylor gang over there.
Taylor gang.
See, I've
Khalifa, dude.
Yeah, right. I've played both, and I'm not even biased towards Taylor or Martin, but just the sound of the guitar that I have, I've never found something that fits my ear.
Yeah, it's all about the instrument.
Yeah, that's really.
Yeah, I
can care less what it is.
That's when it gets personal, man. I like it. You know,
the guitar chose me. I didn't choose that guitar.
Exactly, because it has to vibe with your ear.
Yes.
If it doesn't, you're gonna go,
Right.
You know, this ain't it.
That's like that guitar, like my Gibson, like same story. Like it chose me. Like I was looking, like I was throwing around the idea because I saw this band called July Talk the week before I bought that, and the singer was playing this beautiful, literally like identical guitar. And I walked in Guitar Center like just trying to play, like maybe they had like a studio, like a 335 studio Gibson, like a lower end model. And I asked the one sales guy, he's like, actually I think we have a used one. So he went over and he opens the case. It's all like, the case is all like crummy and fucking ripped up and like badass. Opens it up and it's just this beautiful 335. I'm like, I gotta have this. And it's just like, it was literally the guitar. Like right place, right time. I did not in a million years would I ever have guessed that guitar was sitting there.
It just happened.
Waiting for me.
It just happened that way.
Yeah. That thing's all like, that thing definitely has stories.
You wouldn't even know.
I heard it was a collector owned it, and then previously it was like a professional musician that owned it. But it's in really good shape. Like it plays really nice, but it's all like beat up in a good way, all worn in. It's badass.
That's how it's supposed to be, man.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Guitar
pretty instruments. I like pretty instruments, but like, I want to play my instruments. I don't want them sitting on the wall. I don't want to have to worry about them.
It's like an old car, man. It's like this car's been places, man. This car's had people in it that have died.
It's got stories.
Yeah, it's got like, just it's got history, man. There's something about that, man, and that's why old stuff. That's why people think that houses have souls and things like this, man, because really, like, they think, some people believe that places really have souls, because souls.
We're getting deep here now.
Bro, you should have seen the last one, son. No, you should have seen 2 ago. We was getting deep. Oh, yeah. See, Trent didn't have the mic then. Now I got to step in. I know. We're gonna have your own episode just for the aliens, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, dude, we go.
I can go forever.
I'll go in, dude. I don't give a fuck. That's why I do this shit. But yeah, man, that's, people think that, whatever that place that had all that history has a certain, soul to it or something.
Like you said, I'm gonna die with that guitar, and when I die, I'm gonna haunt that thing.
Yeah, straight up.
Whoever owns it next, you have a piece of me forever.
My the Warlock, I was walking down the street. I didn't have a license. I'm walking down the street. I see this little yard sale going on, and I'm looking around, and there was just a few things left. It was like the end of the day.
Yeah.
And the guy comes over to me, a younger guy. He's like, "You play instruments at all?" I say, "Yeah, I play guitar." All right, check this out. So he opens the case, coffin case for the Warlock.
My War Beast was in a coffin case too.
Yep, opens
with the red velvet, right?
I like blue, purple velvet. Yeah, but same thing. Yeah, with the velvet. Opens it. He shows me the guitar. He's like, "This is the guitar." And he said, "I have a whole amp with it too, amp and cab."
Right.
And I didn't even know what that was, but I said, "All right, man. Like, I'm just walking down the road. I'll just get your number." 2 weeks later, he comes. We do the deal. I get Behringer amp and cab that's sitting right over there.
See that, yeah.
The Warlock and the coffin case and a cord.
Nice.
For like $150.
Damn, that's a deal. That's a good starter.
So
set up.
That's how that guitar found me.
Nice.
Just walking down the road.
Yeah, it's all like crazy stories.
Yeah, just walking down the road. Like that type of stuff, man. Like you just randomly finding that one. Like me, like just in the middle of the day doing my normal, I do a little Facebook Marketplace hustle on the side. It's my little side gig. Yeah. I have fun with it. No
Pokemon,
pressure.
You a Pokemon guy?
Oh, dude,
Dude, I just... Well, I could go on about Pokemon too, but I dug up all my old Pokemon cards. Holy hell, the cards I have, it's just insane.
I don't think I've ever owned
Dude,
one.
I've got like fucking like first edition Charizard and like...
Oh, so are they like worth...
Dude, they're like worth a lot. Like I'm going to send them out to get graded. That's another story though, that's all.
Wow, so you can go, yeah, dude. Let's pull.
Dude, I got fucking the Blue Eye Shining Dragon, the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That's
cards too.
Holy hell, the amount of Yu-Gi-Oh cards I have.
Dude, why are they worth so much money?
I don't know.
It's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Why is Dogecoin worth so much money? I'm in on that too.
Yeah, you got a point there.
It doesn't make sense.
I couldn't answer that question. I have no idea.
But the amount of cards I have is just sickening. I literally spent like probably 2 days in my basement sorting through every single card I own. I have Japanese cards. I have that Charizard. Not in that condition though. That's an 8 I probably have like a 6. It's a little.
So
crummy.
so when you say they have to get graded, they have to get graded by a professional.
You have to send them out
grader?
to. Well, it's what's the company called? You know what the company's called that grades cards? They grade like baseball cards, like any kind of sports memorabilia.
Oh, okay.
PCA
I see.
or P. I don't know.
They're like the standard.
Yeah, and it's condition, and then like if it's a 10, it's worth like $1 million. But it's all like if it's a 9, like it's not $1 million. Yeah, I'm exaggerating. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
probably.
Who would have known though?
Who would have known? Like all these kids are throwing out their Pokemon cards and stuff, and like, you know, don't throw out your Pokemon cards. Give them to me.
Gary Vee.
Give them to me.
Comes back.
I will
Gary
take
V
all
shit,
your
man.
Pokemon cards.
People are throwing shit out that's worth bread, dude. Dude, the amount of money I've made off Marketplace of just like finding random things and then putting
that's
them up
another
there.
thing too. Is like there's so
It's
many.
not even. I don't even try.
There's so many deals out there. Like this guy was at a flea market. He had all these badass like old rock and roll shirts. Like, so he wanted $5 for them, and they were all original. $5 a shirt, dude. I got an Iron Maiden shirt. I got 2 Rush shirts. I got this Stone shirt, and I'm trying to think what other shirts I got.
Now a little bit.
But dude, the Rush shirt, I bought them all for $5, right? I'm in it for $20. The Rush shirt, I go on eBay. One just sold for $115. The fucking Rolling Stone shirt sold for $250. Like the Iron Maiden shirt, $50. And people are making excuses that they're not making money. Like what the hell?
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy because there's actually so many ways.
Yeah.
And for you to think that, for you to be so narrow-minded that you think that your one way is the only way.
Even just like price arbitrage, like Walmart and stuff. Like you go clearance section of Walmart, just scan shit like on Amazon and see like how much to sell for on Amazon. Just go in there and buy it. List on Amazon and just like flip that shit.
People making tired.
Man, people want to sit on this unemployment right now. I mean, they're making more money on unemployment right now. Like I don't blame them, but it's so wrong. Like they're making more money on unemployment than a job. That's why nobody wants to work. That's why I can't find people.
Nobody can find people.
Nobody wants to work, dude. Like there was this local restaurant. They posted on Facebook, $20 an hour, dude. $20 an hour to fucking wash dishes. Nobody wanted to do it. Next night she posted $25 an hour, final offer. $25 an hour to go wash dishes. Nobody would do it. Nuts.
That's why I ain't doing shit for less than $200 an hour now, because it's like these motherfuckers washing dishes making $25. Oh my god. Yeah, it's crazy.
But the economy right now is like ridiculous, and I watch it closely. You know, being in business, I'm sure you do too. You know, you watch closely people's spending habits and.
I don't watch shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I'm really into it. Like I'm really into, you know, I studied finance and I'm really into the economy and watching
I just had an investor on. It didn't motivate me at all to do anything. So I do an IRA, and that's about it. That's my style.
That's fine.
Dude, the problem is, like, if I start getting into shit, then I'm going to get into it.
Then you're going to get into it.
And then
that's my problem. That's why I don't day trade.
I have a little extra over here. I can just...
That's why I can't day trade, because I'd be sitting there all day on my phone just like, yeah, I do.
Shout out to Dan Valente, my first podcast guest ever, making a grip off of day trading, dude. Yeah. Making like 6 figures in a year off of it, and I'm like, cool. This sounds cool. Start doing it. Start trying it. I'm losing my mind,
dude. You are losing your mind. Like I bought Dogecoin. That's making me lose my mind, because that thing's like 50% up a day, 50% down a day. You know.
Gotta let her sit.
I got my Doge. Don't worry. I got in early.
Oh, so I saw. I
got in really early.
Saw a funny story today. And the kid was just like, if you don't believe in Dogecoin, watch this. And then it was just a brand new F-150. The guy's like, he just made $900,000 on
Doge money, baby. And then what's Tesla and Musk?
The thing is, that doesn't make me want to do it. It doesn't. I don't have this thing that people have where they just see people make money. Like, I have to do that. I have to do that. I have to do multi-level marketing. I have to do whatever the thing is. I don't really have that. Like, I don't look at one way of making money more noble as another way of making money, really. Or maybe I do. Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe I don't. Maybe I think that if you make it off trading, like you're somehow just not really working, even though you're fucking working your ass off. I literally just had Q Swervo on, who's an investor.
Is that Doge chart?
All right, let's see this volatility.
Look at that beautiful Doge chart.
Go to the 1 day.
It's a mess.
1 day.
Yeah, let's see this volatility. Yeah, y'all absolutely insane.
No, go to I don't know, 6 months. Go to 3 months. Yeah, look at that freaking thing.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. You know, I'm good.
I got in about way back there.
Oh, so you're chilling. You're good.
I'm chilling. I'm all right. Maybe a new F-150. Nah, not that.
Yeah. No, my dad threw in in Ethereum last
I threw in a couple bucks. Yeah, I threw in a couple bucks in Ethereum last week.
It already went up, and he was like, all right. I can't tell you what to do.
Well, it's like so funny because I was so against crypto, and anyone that knows me knows how much I hated crypto. But like, because I was in school, and it's all fundamental investing, like robot, like beep boop bop, like numbers, like this is right, this is wrong. Where it's just like crypto is hilarious because it's just like so ass backwards, like fundamental investing. It's kind of just like, oh, Elon just fucking put up a tweet. Dogecoin's gonna go up now. So it's like you're trading literally trading based off of memes and trading based off of social media. It's hilarious. There's nothing behind it.
I saw something that said it's also unfuckable. You can't fuck with it.
You can't.
You can influence it.
You can influence it.
You can never change it.
You can influence it for sure. I don't think you
But
can
it's not like money where you can print 22% more of the entire market just by printing.
That's so weird right now, dude. Like this whole coronavirus, Bitcoin, housing market. I think we're due for a big correction very soon. There's too much money out there. People aren't working. Businesses can't find anyone to work. These businesses are going to close. People are sitting at home getting the government money. And there's no excuse not to be working right now. I'm sorry. If you want a job, you'd have a damn job.
I'm working more now than I've...
Me too.
I was going to say than I've ever worked.
Me
Probably
too.
than I've ever worked.
For sure.
And I always joke on the podcast that I consider this my job because it is kind of part of my job. But I don't know, man. I have no excuse.
I see a bunch of stupid shit out there. People like raise the minimum wage and...
that was backwards, dude.
That is not how that works at all. Like, yeah, like people should get paid more and like be able to make a livable wage, but like there's literally numbers and math to back up every argument like against minimum wage.
I thought I looked at it
no sense, dude.
As a common sense thing.
It is literally straight common sense.
Stand up just knowing business where like all right,
these people want to bitch about everything. I'm not going to get political, but like, they just want to bitch about everything.
If you have a bagel shop, okay, and you sell bagels, all you do is sell bagels. Like you're making more money maybe with some catering,
right?
But you're really just selling bagels and coffee. Mm-hmm. If somebody works there for $9 an hour, and they slice the bagels and they put the
that's all you're doing. Literally,
that's what they do for $9 an hour. Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's a starter job. Okay.
Yep.
If they raised then the minimum wage to $15 an hour,
everything increases.
If they had 3 people, 9, 18, 27, paying $27 an hour to 3 people combined, and now the minimum wage is $15 an hour, they can't charge more for the bagels because it's a bagel. Like, how much can you charge for a bagel?
They're going to have to charge more for a bagel. It's like literally domino effect. Like, I really don't understand why...
people are not going to go to that. They're not going to buy bagels because ShopRite will still be able to sell
the business is closed and it's all a trickle-down effect. And I really don't understand why this concept of is, like, hard for these people to grasp.
It's just very short-sighted. That's all.
It is.
I'm not mad at them that they don't know. It's just the fact that they're not educated on what really happens.
It's just pure ignorance for sure. Like look at what happens to Walmart and Wendy's and McDonald's. You go in there, everything's automated now. There's nobody at registers because they want $15 an hour. They're gonna lay people off left and right so these businesses can make up somewhere. Mm-hmm. It's all gonna be automated.
I would say get your ass online. There's a ton of work online. All I'm saying, if you're down to nothing, man. Like that's what I'm saying. I started on Upwork. A year, 2.5-3 years ago, which is Fiverr basically for just a little bit more professional. And I like the platform better.
Right.
I started on Upwork after I interviewed somebody and they told me about it. Then 5 months later, I made my first $100 in a month. It took me a month to make $80.
Wow.
It took me 3 months to make $1,000, and then it took me a year to make $20,000.
Nice.
And then it just went from there.
Yeah.
But, you know, they do it for a week and they're like, that's it, I'm done. Yeah. You can literally get on there and make PowerPoints and make an entire living off making PowerPoints. These guys, first of all, there's people from other countries undercutting you.
Yeah,
and they're doing better work than you are doing.
Probably.
So you better get in. Yeah. You better start to understand like the game. Like then you have to learn business.
Yeah.
And I'm not bashing these guys at all. They're actually great. I use them. Like they do great work. And so there's that portion of it. So you got to know your value, and you also got to do something that's valuable. But
sure.
there's the main point here is there's over opportunity. There's too much opportunity. It's just people aren't taking it.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah, and it's the businesses. If the business can afford to pay the people what they are, they got numbers. They got to hit, and they know what it takes to run it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be blaming the CEOs left and right like people like to do and point fingers. I pay my guys really well. I pay them well over minimum wage.
As you should.
As I should, and I can.
If you can.
I can, because I want quality work.
And you wouldn't hire them if you couldn't.
Exactly, and I want quality work, and I value that, value so much the people that work for me.
Nick Amarim said to me one time, he said one of his professors said this to him, no work goes unpaid in some way. You're either getting value, whether you're getting value. I've worked for free. People work for me for free.
Yeah.
I've always done that.
Yeah.
That's something you can do too. There's nothing wrong with that. We're not saying don't do that. It's just...
No free car washes though.
Well, there you go. You got your business, man. I'm saying, I was gaining value. If somebody came to you and they're like, I'm going to learn how to do this, but they're like, I want to learn how to run this business so I can run a car washing business too.
Yeah.
Then you might say, all right, you might want to work for free a little bit with the bookwork so I can teach you that. I'm not going to pay you to do that or whatever.
Yeah.
There might be aspects, but I worked at a music studio. I was there every day.
Yeah, even with music, I'd love to
free.
I'd love to get into music. Just I'd love to work for free. Just to go be a roadie with the Foo Fighters or some big ass band. Hell, I'd probably do that for free. Just pay for my hotel, my food, and whatever, all my expenses, just for the value.
Why not? Yeah, I couldn't even do it. I couldn't even pay my rent. I was just paying my rent with my savings and working for free.
Yeah.
And then an opportunity happened because I put myself out there, and then I couldn't do that anymore.
Right place, right time. That's what it's all about. You just like Gary says, just give, and just don't expect anything in return. You really can't.
Have zero expectations of people.
You can't.
I got on a call to, it's funny, I got on a call with somebody today, and they're explaining to me, what they need, right, for their podcast. And I'm, going through, and in my head, I'm justifying, how could I do this? It's not exactly what I do, but, there's got to be a way I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go, fuck it, I'm not doing this. This isn't even what I do. And I just told the guy, I was like, listen, man, I can't do this. You're going to have to look for somebody else.
Yeah.
And that, I just remember, even, a fucking year ago, I would have figured out a way to do it. And even in that year of...
Just undercutting yourself, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you can always say no.
Yeah, now, luckily, I can, but...
Yeah. I do that now, too. I'm at the point, where I can say no to a lot of stuff.
It's about who you work with.
If someone gives me some hammered out, clapped out car, I'm just I'll give them the I don't want to do it price.
Yep.
It's not worth my time, and this thing's disgusting.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
You want to get to that point where you can work with exactly who. That's what I've done with my business now. Is I completely niched to people that I like.
I've definitely
but I'm my business is very person to person,
Yeah.
So I had to do that.
Yeah.
To not lose my mind because I worked for people that completely needed what I did, but they didn't need me.
Oh, dude, if I still had the same rates I had, I would be so swamped. But that's okay, raise the rates, and it's definitely made us work a lot harder, for sure.
Yeah,
you're getting value, and the company's just able to build and really provide a great service.
You have a standard then too, and we did that for DJing too. I don't want to say
definitely a standard for sure.
I wasn't involved in the pricing decisions for the DJ company I work for, but we raised our rates, and we always had the standard, and it was always like training first and solutions first, and all of this kind of really good customer management stuff. But my boss a lot of people called him back up for this new season. He was like, yep, this is it. And they're like, but you did it like this for the last 3 years. He's like, well, my employees have to get paid more. The pandemic shut us down, whatever the reason is. And he's like, this is what we get. If you want us, this is what it is.
Dude, and it all trickles down. The local car wash around here was charging more than me for detailing. And I go to you, and I can guarantee you 10,000% we do a much better job than you guys. Guaranteed. And I'm like, well, this isn't fair. So I had to.
Yeah. You have no choice. Even you have to look at the market.
Exactly.
And,
it's a market price. It's not a
dude.
price
I used to sell stuff. I used to do $40 an episode, man. We started $250 now. If you don't...
That sounds about worth it. Who would want to get paid $40 to sit at a computer and do that for how long does it take?
I mean, it took me in the beginning a lot longer than it takes. It took me a lot longer, and the quality was so much worse.
Probably.
Like, that's why...
Well, quality rises and everything rises.
Yeah, that's really it. Focusing on that. And that's why I had to delegate. That was the real thing. Of, like, I can do what I do.
Right.
But I can't help as many people.
Yeah.
If I don't delegate.
Right.
So I have to.
For sure.
Like, there's no other way.
For sure.
You gotta just... Well, you got to look at, like, what's your goal, man? You really trying to help people? You're really trying to make money? Or you trying to do a little both? You trying to provide quality service?
It's all of it.
Yeah, well, some people are about quantity. So if I was about quantity, I would have kept the 50, and I would have figured out a way to charge people 50 at scale.
Yeah, but then you're half-assed and shit. Like, that's the thing with me is, like, or any business, you know, if you want quantity over quality, like, you're going to charge less. You're going to half-ass, unhappy, like, customer, unhappy job. And then you're just going to have more headaches. You know, it's better to raise your rates, get paid what you're worth, and have everyone just be happy. You know, and you can provide that excellent service.
And then, you know, if something goes wrong, you have the funds, the resources to make it right.
Exactly.
Whereas if you're nickel and diming,
yeah,
you don't got that.
Yeah, we're trying to upsell stuff, and it just becomes a mess.
Yeah, man, that's it. Yeah, you got to raise your rates.
Yes, sir.
If you're in business, raise your rates.
Yes, sir.
As long as you're better than you were last time. If you didn't learn shit, motherfucker better not be raising your rates, I swear to God.
Yeah, so, more music? You want to talk about more music?
I'm always down to talk about music, man. You had, like, bands on here.
So, like, we got my other band, Sister Salvation, so I was playing bass for them. And then guitar, like, I never really played guitar that much in a band other than the Robbers. So, other guitarists left, and then I was playing bass, like I said. And I'm like, hey, I'll try to pick up a guitar. Like, I could play. So I ended up working out, and now I'm playing guitar for Sister Salvation, and we got a bunch of shows, and we released our EP last year. Bunch of new songs coming out.
So Sister Salvation, that's like the main...
This is kind of like the main group I'm with right now. Yeah, Robbers is more kind of like a little bit on the back burner as of right now, just trying to get all the stuff recorded. And I really don't play out much with them, but Sister Salvation is kind of like the main thing. I'm in right now playing guitar for them.
Is that a female singer?
No, it's Joe Amabile.
Oh, Joe Amabile.
Joe Amabile.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, with Joe and his son, Joe Jr. on the drums. His nephew Chris on guitar, and then this guy Jay on the bass, great bassist. He took my spot. So it's really been able to, it's really allowed me to play. You're able to play your own songs a lot better on guitar than you can on bass. Like, you can really, you know, play your own, because you're playing bass, you're kind of just sitting in the back. Yeah. On guitar, you can really play like how the song. You're out front. You're like playing like how the song's supposed to be played. You know, and you always get new ideas doing that.
So what like, are you guys playing shows like coming up?
Yeah, so we got, like I said, we recorded, we're in the studio working on new songs now. Then we got all these shows coming up now throughout the summer. So last year we played with Rat, you know, like the song Round and Round. I got the Geico commercial, Rap Problem. Those guys, Saving Abel, like a bunch of these older 90s bands, Sponge, so the band Tantric. And then we got shows coming up with Buck Cherry. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Buck Cherry, playing with Buck Cherry, Strasbourg. This band, Awake at Last. This other band called Varsity coming up. Hinder. Lips of an Angel, you know the song?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah, Hinder. Yeah, all these, like...
So is that in the...
bigger bands.
Like, where at? Like, where are you going to be?
Artie's Frenchtown.
Let's get it.
We're flying out to Pittsburgh to play with... I don't even know who we're playing with out there. I don't even know the name. I don't know. I'm sorry. These guys out in Pittsburgh.
We'll put it in. I just want people to know where it's at.
Yeah, these guys out in Pittsburgh. July 6th is with Buck Cherry in Strasbourg at the Sherman Theater. July sometime is Wake at Last and Varsity at Artie's in Frenchtown. And
coming then back, son.
Yeah, we're trying to get like Starland. I think the Pony. We played the Pony last year.
I'll definitely pull up to a Starland gig. It's been a long time since
I've never played Starland, But Starland's
me either. I know
the Sherman's huge.
My boy Bobby Doc, he rapped there. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Sherman's a cool theater. That's big.
He rapped before Juice WRLD. That was cool.
Juice WRLD, he opened up for Juice WRLD.
Yeah.
It's cool. Yeah, I've been into... So I listen to a lot of that stuff now sometimes. Just change it up because you can't listen to
rap and hip hop now.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like I go through phases. Phases. I was really into Stormzy. You like the British guy? Oh yeah, we were talking about that last year. Yeah, Stormzy and like Slow Tie. Slow Tie. A British rapper. I think he's playing Lollapalooza actually.
Dude, what's that song that you put me on? Oh man.
Was Stormzy song?
I don't know if it was the other guy.
Slow Tie?
No, it was another guy. She's like a diva, something like that. I got something. Damn.
Dave? Was it Dave?
I'll look it up. I'll find it. It's
the other rapper Dave.
It's yeah, dude. I can't. I have the melody in my head. I just don't know the lyrics.
I've been on a metal kick though.
Okay.
This metal kick's lasted longer than like any of my other phases, so I think I actually like genuinely can like listen to a lot of metal now.
Yeah.
Like I've been listening to a lot of August Burns Red, like shit like that.
Like
I don't know what it is, but like I think it's just like with the gym, like it's like the best gym music, and like it just gets your day going, for sure. Dillinger Escape Plan. Actually, the guitarist Ben is one of my detailing customers. Ben Wyman. Yeah, he's badass guitarist. He plays guitar too in Suicidal Tendencies. They're like a older thrash metal band, but really good.
Still on my Sublime shit, bro. You check
Sublime
stuff. You check like my Spotify every year. It's like the same percentage.
Is it
every
really?
year.
Mine changes every year.
No, just for Sublime's the same. Everything else is different. Yeah.
I've been on this other band, the Technicolors. I saw them down in Florida a few years ago, and they opened up for this other band I used to like called Coast Modern. They're like that sublime like white boy reggae shit. But this band
shit that I love that.
Yeah,
shit.
white boy reggae.
Shit.
But yeah, Technicolors are badass. I think they're one of the most underrated bands right now.
I'll peep them, put it on the list.
Yeah, peep them.
I'm always trying to find new shit. Like you put me on a couple of those UK guys who I really like. Yeah, I love bands, dude. I always want to
always listen to the Strokes too. Dude, I'm just into everything, you know. Steve Miller, there's a lot of Steve Miller.
Me and Trevor looking at his music on the other podcast we were doing, and he was like, we had my Spotify up, and I'm like going through that shit. Like it could be anything, any day. It really could be anything. It doesn't. There's stuff that are like my OGs, but
yeah, for sure.
It could be. I try to just. You scroll down like the main page and it's I already listen to all this stuff. You know? Give me a bunch of weird new shit. That's what I want. Like Netflix has that shuffle thing where they just give you a random thing. I've never done it before, but I want it on Spotify. Spotify, give me just a shuffle that'll just shuffle any song in existence, and I'm gonna just do that, man. Cause I gotta find some new shit, man. Cause there's so much. Thing is, I mean, you have 40 to 60,000 new songs a day going up on Spotify.
There's a lot of good bands out right now, and like they're hard to find. You know?
Oh yeah.
For some reason, they're hard to find.
No, the problem is saturation, man.
It's all like this fucking mainstream bullshit music that's coming out.
If you want to find it, you'll find it. That's the thing. Yeah. That's what I always think. I was like, hey, if you want to take the easy route and listen to mainstream, go for it. I mean, you don't have to do any work.
Well, I'm just excited right now because, you know, COVID, I think something good can really come out of it with music. Like, all these musicians aren't playing shows. They're not doing shit. Like, you know how many albums and songs have probably been written since COVID started? Like, these dudes, like, some of these workhorses, you know, like these bands, like these guys just love to write, and they probably have so much music now just perfecting these albums. So I think in like the next year or two, like we're gonna have some really good shit coming out. You know, the Roaring 20s again for rock and roll.
Yeah,
the rock and roll in the 20s.
Rock needs to come back though, so that would be great.
Rock is back, dude.
Okay, well you know better than me.
Rock is back. We got. I'm trying to think who's killing it right now. Greta Van Fleet.
Well, always, man.
Dude, people could fuck off about Greta. I love those guys.
I think they're great. I mean, I don't listen to them all the time.
Yeah, they sound like Zeppelin, but who the hell
Dude, when
else?
They come on, I listen to them.
Who the hell else is writing anything like that now? You know, they're incredible musicians. They're awesome. Dudes like them, you know, and this local, and then like we have a lot of good local music in Jersey, actually.
Ton of bands, dude. Ton of artists.
My friend Will, the guitarist for the Robbers, producing all the songs for the Robbers. I think he was working with this band, but he turned me on to this band called Dumpweed. They're really good.
Dumpweed.
They're like some hardcore, like thrash metal stuff.
Oh, I would check that out,
Dumpweed. Yeah. They're really good. I like them.
Dude, it's funny, man. I have so many rappers on here, man. I gotta start having some bands. Like, logistically, it's a little hard, but like, it's possible. And I'm so invested in the like, I'm so into the hip hop world in New Jersey and like the rap world, and like I know all these rappers and like all these hip hop people and shit. Yeah. And like, I also came up on all the rock and everything, and it's like I gotta. I mean, I'm down to get people on, man. Let's get some bands on here. Get some Jersey bands representing. I was just walking around in Cape May one time, and I just saw this great band. I forget the name of them, but now I just follow their social and I just see where they're at, and I try to go see them and stuff.
Even like some of the bands we play with and open up for, you're like, wow, they're pretty damn good. You know, it's cool to see like local bands. And
there's a dope venue in Galloway. It's called Greenbrier, and it's not a venue, it's just a house, and this guy just has bands in his house.
That's cool.
All on the weekends, and it's so dope, and I've just seen pictures and videos of it, but that type of stuff is happening. You just kind of gotta know
there's this one studio in we went to, I think it was in Cherry Hill. I forgot the kid's name. I know his Instagram is, I can't remember his name, but I remember his Instagram. It's Weather Channel Jazz. Something like that. I'm sorry. I know his name, but I just can't remember it now. He's got this studio. He bought a house, and he lives there with like two of his friends. And there's two studios in it, and there's like all the isolation booths. Like they just took like the bedrooms and like made them like booths. And there's literally just like,
I guess they just do music.
Dude,
or what?
Yeah, he's got the whole like fucking console, like huge. Yeah, Doug. I'm sorry. Doug, here's a studio.
Oh, so he's the Dumpweed.
Yeah, I think he produced Dumpweed. Yeah, AGL, that's it. Doug at AGL. Yeah, this is his. You walk in, like, that's like the living room. Just this big ass console. I remember his house at Rutgers. It was like 2 stories. Downstairs was the drums. Upstairs was like the vocal booth. Then there's another room for guitars, and like, it's a college house, and like you go there and hang out. And there's just fucking cables running into this room, cables running into that room, all throughout the house. The mixing boards in the living room with the monitors.
Oh my God.
This is a new house in South Jersey.
Interview this guy.
Yeah, you should talk to him. Yeah,
all right,
he's
put
cool.
him on the list.
Yeah, Doug's a nice dude. He really knows what he's doing. Great producer.
Yo, click that follow.
Mixer.
Thank you.
And he was in another band. God damn it, can't remember his other band's name. He was in a pretty big band for a while.
Little tri-state.
Yeah. They were pretty big. Yeah.
Damn, bro. Well, my camera's dead, so...
It's getting hot in here, too.
It's getting hot
Holy
as balls.
Shit.
Welcome to Bobcast in the Summer Trap.
Fuck,
you ain't even know, son.
I sweat like crazy,
You ain't even know, son.
I'm dying right
light
now.
gray shirt.
All right, we gonna figure it out. We got a lot of things to figure out. Dude, shit. 2 years later, man.
2 years later, we'll do this another, hopefully...
Probably do it in like 2 years.
2 weeks. In 2 weeks.
Yo, next time you come, though, we're gonna be in the studio, so...
Studio.
And you might have to fly in, because we might not even be here.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Flying to Cali?
I'm going out of state, so...
Where are you going?
We'll see. No idea yet. Couldn't tell you.
Alright, I'm not flying. Do I get the Sully Bop limo, Sully Bop jet?
Oh, dude, we're gonna fly you out. And
maybe I'll get the Precision Care jet out.
Yeah.
Fresh details.
You're coming up. You're detailing the planes. That's step 1.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. Well, so where can people find all your stuff?
You can find me on Instagram, Derek Frey, or my business Instagram, Precision Care Detailing, at Sister Salvation, at The Robbers, the RBBRS, the YouTubes. I don't know, just look up my name. Look up Precision Care. You'll find
links in
shit.
the description.
It's all over the place.
The deal. Links in the description, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning into another episode of Bobcast. And you know I got to do the spiel as I always do. We are on all platforms, even the ones nobody uses. That's Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other little ones too. Or if you just want to Google Bobcast or Google my name or Derek's name, whatever, it's going to come up there too. Also have sullybop.com, the new site with all the podcast show notes, extended version, and everything like that, as well as sign up for our newsletter. Shout out to Soda Beats, our sponsor, and Jello Beats for the music that goes into this video, as well as Brandon producing, Tret helping me with production over there, and you know me, I'm Sully Bop on the drop, baby. So thanks for another episode.
Bop on the track.
Know it, baby. Thanks, Derek, for doing this, man.
Yo, thanks for having me, man.
Anytime, brother.
I'll see ya. See you next 2 years.
Peace.